Welcome back to TPS. After 20 incredible and illustrious years with the New England Patriots, Tom Brady is moving on. The six-time Super Bowl champion and three-time MVP is headed to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the final stage of his NFL career, leaving nothing but unforgettable memories in Foxborough. In honor of Brady's 20-year tenure in New England, we pieced together a list of his 5 best and 5 worst games as a Patriot.
At TPS, we post videos every single day, so don't forget to click the subscribe button to subscribe. Then click the notification bell to be notified when we post a new video.
5th best 517-yard game in Miami. This was arguably Tom Brady's greatest individual performance during his 20 years with the New England Patriots. New England visited the Miami Dolphins in Week 1 of the 2011 season. It was the first game of a Monday Night Football doubleheader. Everybody knew who would win this game. The Dolphins didn't stand a chance. There was no way Chad Henne was going to outduel Brady on Monday Night Football. Brady was on fire the first half, but Henne managed to keep pace. He threw a game-tying touchdown pass to Brian Hartline early in the third quarter, but that only awoke the giant. Brady made easy work of Miami's secondary the rest of the way, tossing 2 touchdowns and helping New England to build a 31-17 lead early in the fourth quarter. Following a vintage Patriots defensive goal line stand, Brady got the ball back on his own one.
Where's Brady out of the gun from the half-yard line? Why not? NFL record with a 99-yard touchdown!
And it took one pass to his most trusted receiver to set a new career high. Brady's final stat line in that 38-24 victory, 32 of 48 for 517 yards and 4 touchdowns. It turned out to be the first of only 2 500-yard games during Brady's tenure in Foxborough. He had 505 yards in the Patriots Super Bowl 52 battle with the Philadelphia Eagles. But that was a loss, and the Miami one was a win. Number 5 worst 2015 AFC Championship game. Numbers don't tell the story. Brady surpassed the 300-yard mark, sure, but his offense was clearly outmatched on this day in the Mile High City. The Patriots visited the Denver Broncos in the 2015 AFC Championship game in what turned out to be the final Tom Brady-Peyton Manning showdown. But this wasn't going to be a shootout between these two all-time greats. Manning missed 7 games in his swan song year, and he transitioned towards a game manager role. Luckily, the Broncos had the NFL's best defense that year. When the Broncos opened the scoring, the defense set the tone the rest of the way. Brady was beaten and battered all day long with no time or space to throw. And the ball-hawking Denver defense showed up when they needed to.
It's Black to take care of it. It's a 2nd and 10 from the pocket. He's hit when he throws it.
But Bill Belichick and his defense got the better of Manning and the Denver offense more often than not. The Patriots' front 7 kept getting to Manning, keeping their team in the game. Brady and the offense just couldn't solve Wade Phillips' defense. They got after him left, right, and center.
Matchup. Brady looking around from the 8. He's in trouble. And he's hit. They fake to Jackson. The pass to Edelman. And the stick right.
Denver tacked on an early fourth quarter field goal to build a 20-12 lead. The Patriots moved the ball twice into the Broncos' territory, but they turned it over on downs twice. Rob Gronkowski made an amazing catch in double coverage on 4th and 10 with 90 seconds left. Then he made another ridiculous grab on 4th and goal in the waning seconds to cut the lead to 6. Now Brady and the pass just needed 1 2-point conversion to force overtime. But this time, the GOAT ran out of magic.
Not much I can do about that one.
Gotta go for 2. Here's Brady. Incomplete. His former teammate, Aqib Talib, gets a hand on it, intended for...
Brady completed just 27 of 56 pass attempts for 310 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. He was sacked 4 times, and the Broncos defense credited with 23 hits. Denver went on to win Super Bowl 50 against the Carolina Panthers, sending Manning off into retirement on the perfect note. Number 4 best Super Bowl 49 versus Seahawks. There were a ton of storylines headed into Super Bowl 49 between Brady's Patriots and the defending champion Seattle Seahawks, who were led by the Legion of Boom and the number 1 scoring defense. Perhaps no player in this game had their legacy on the line more than Brady. A loss would have made him 3-3 in Super Bowls, which would have hurt his case for the GOAT status. And the whole Deflategate scandal was made public before the Super Bowl began. Thanks to a pair of Brady interceptions, Seattle held a 24-14 lead entering the fourth quarter. New England's defense buckled down and prevented Russell Wilson from putting this game away. And suddenly the Legion of Boom was out of answers against Brady and the offense. Brady pieced together surgical back-to-back touchdown drives to put the Patriots up by 4.
On to the fourth. Patriots down 10 against the...
And Gronk got the better on that play right there.
Then Julian Edelman, the perfect...
We all know what happened in the Patriots' 2 previous Super Bowl appearances. From the sideline, Brady watched Eli Manning put together a game-winning drive to hold off Lombardi Trophy number 4 in Foxborough. But just when it looked like Brady's defense would let him down once again, Malcolm Butler came through as a Super Bowl hero.
Continues to run. Now 2nd and goal. Russell Wilson, what are you doing? He gets picked off by the undrafted rookie free.
Finally, after a 10-year wait, Brady and the Patriots had captured their 4th Super Bowl championship. Brady, who captured MVP honors, completed 37 passes for 328 yards and 4 touchdowns, all against the greatest NFL secondary since the '85 Bears. Number 4, worst first debacle in Kansas City. Tommy Terrific always seemed to have a problem against the Kansas City Chiefs. Even when he beat them, they were still making life miserable for him. Brady's first meltdown in KC took place during Week 15 of the 2005 season. Both teams were fighting hard for playoff positioning, but only the home squad showed up.
That Jackals, the Patriots made a good goal line stand. Brady then picked, and it was fortunately for the Chiefs. Brady has another chance, but under 4 minutes.
Brady finished just 22 of 40 for 248 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, and 3 sacks, with a woeful 42.5 quarterback rating. This is arguably the most disappointing campaign in the Brady-Belichick era. Injuries and uncharacteristic mistakes led to a 10-6 finish, and they were crushed by the Broncos in the wildcard round. This Week 12 mess in Kansas City just summarized everything that went wrong for the Patriots in 2005. Number 3 best, double comeback versus Ravens. The Patriots at the top seed in the AFC for the 2014-15 postseason, but that suddenly meant nothing when they had to host the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round. Baltimore's defense always gave Brady a hard time, and of course they scored playoff wins at Gillette Stadium in the 2009 wildcard round and the 2012 AFC Championship game. It looked like deja vu when Joe Flacco and the Ravens quickly built a 14-0 lead in the first quarter, but a resilient Brady quickly went to work in erasing the deficit, and in the blink of an eye, the game was all tied up.
Tight end picked the tight end with more skills, and then Brady ran it in.
There, made the throws, led the team.
Low throw here, but Danny Amendola dug it out. Now look at.
But a Brady interception near the end of the first half set up another Ravens touchdown. Early in the third quarter, Flacco found Justin Forsett for another touchdown to put Baltimore up by 14 once again. Now the Patriots had their backs against the wall. But again, Brady was up for the challenge of erasing a 14-point deficit.
On a check down to make it 28-14. So
Gronkowski outside, and they threw it for the touchdown.
And then this, the play of the game. Julian Edelman, the former Kent State quarterback, to Danny.
The Ravens marched down the field and settled on a Justin Tucker field goal. Brady got the ball back, this time with the chance to take the lead. And in good old Tom Brady fashion, he delivered.
Here, not even 7 to go. Here he hits Amendola. Nice. First down on second effort. Then Brandon LaFell, 23-yard touchdown.
Drop it in.
The New England defense held off 2 more Ravens drives to preserve the 35-31 victory. Brady's final stat line in the double comeback, 33 of 50 for 367 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a cool 99.3 quarterback rating. The Patriots will go on to defeat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49. None of that would be possible without Brady's heroics against the Ravens' stout defense here. Number 3 worst Monday night blowout in Kansas City. The Patriots entered Kansas City with a 2-1 record, but Brady and the Patriots' offense were uncharacteristically sluggish. Luckily, their defense held the fort as they aimed for a 3-1 start in Week 4 of the 2014 season, a Monday nighter at Arrowhead Stadium. Y'all remember this game, don't you? The day where all the analysts and fans wondered if Tom Brady was finally finished. Everyone was asking if it was time to ditch him for Jimmy Garoppolo, if the dynasty was over. Oh, and after this came the iconic "We're on to Cincinnati" soundbite from head coach Bill Belichick. The Chiefs led 14-0 early in the second quarter. Next up, it was time for the defense to annihilate and embarrass Brady. Mission accomplished.
They couldn't stay on the field and extend any of these drives. This was a 3rd and 6 play. Justin Brady there, unable to get the...
Brady finished the game with a woeful stat line, 14 of 23 for 159 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, and a 59.9 rating. It got so ugly that Belichick took him out and put Garoppolo in for the final stages of the game. Of course, Brady and the Patriots shrugged off this 41-14 loss rather quickly. They won 7 in a row and 10 of their final 12 games to clinch the top seed in the AFC. And the Patriots went on to win Super Bowl 49, as mentioned earlier. Number 2 best winter wonderland outing against the Titans. Brady and the Patriots hosted the Tennessee Titans in Week 6 of the 2009 season in the good old Foxborough snowstorm. Of course, Brady always plays good in the snow, so the Titans defense was kidding themselves if they thought he'd have an off day. This game was over as quickly as it had started. The Patriots led 10-0 after the first quarter against the winless Titans. Then Brady went off with no mercy in the second quarter. And when we say went off with no mercy, we really mean went off with no mercy.
Brady looking for Moss. Brady looking for 5. Looking to the end zone and hit it.
Brady set an NFL record with a jaw-dropping 5 touchdown passes in one quarter, 2 to Randy Moss, 2 to Wes Welker, and 1 to Kevin Falk. He had 380 passing yards and 6 touchdowns compared to only 5 incompletions. The Patriots cruised to a 59-0 victory thanks to the best performance of Brady's career at the time. Number 2 worst first home playoff loss. The 2009 Patriots limped to the postseason with an un-Patriot-like 10-6 record. Wide receiver Wes Welker suffered an ACL and MCL tear in Week 17. The Super Bowl hopes were really on thin ice heading to the postseason. The Patriots hosted the Ravens in the wild card round. Even without Welker, this was a favorable matchup for Brady and company. New England had never lost a home playoff game under Brady and Belichick. The Ravens had actually never beaten the Patriots in their history at the time, ever. But this game was over right off the bat. Ray Rice scored on an 83-yard rushing touchdown on the first play from scrimmage. Then the Ravens defense totally embarrassed Brady like we had never before seen at Gillette Stadium.
Set of downs for Brady. Explain that they protected too much.
Next Patriots possession. It's picked by Ed Reed, and you know what he's trying to do.
Brady's 3 first-quarter turnovers helped Baltimore build up a 24-0 lead in front of a stunned Foxborough crowd. And when the Patriots were seemingly about to make a comeback bid, Brady caught another unlucky break.
Might have actually sent the players home for showing up late in this game because it was getting late early. Another pick as Ben Watson.
The Ravens soundly defeated the Patriots 33-14, even though quarterback Joe Flacco only completed 4 passes for 34 yards. Brady went 23 of 42 for 154 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 3 sacks. In other words, it just wasn't his day. Number 1 best, the 28-3 comeback. What else was it gonna be? Tom Brady already had 4 rings entering Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons. A 5th ring, however, would have made him the consensus GOAT. A 5th ring would have given him more than Terry Bradshaw and childhood idol Joe Montana. But for 2.5 quarters, it looked like Brady and the Pats were about to endure another gut-wrenching Super Bowl loss. They trailed 21-0 late in the second quarter after Brady tossed a pick 6 to Robert Alford. Matt Ryan hit Tevin Coleman for 6, and Atlanta led 28-3 midway through the third. A James White touchdown gave New England some life. A Stephen Gostkowski field goal helped New England cut it to 28-12 with less than 10 minutes to go. But the real comeback began after the Patriots forced a Matt Ryan strip sack. Now we had a ball game.
Brady, end zone touch for Atlanta. That's Amendola. Flag is down. Amendola's in. But it depends on the.
The game went to overtime and the Patriots won the coin toss. Once Brady got the ball in his hands again, you knew it was game over.
Brady down the gut, pass it. Toss to White. He's in.
Okay, were you really surprised that Tom Brady erased a 28-3 deficit with less than a half to go? Of course you weren't. This was the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history by far. It put Brady in his own class. He had plenty of legacy-defining moments in New England, but this one takes the cake. Number 1 worst 2003 season opener versus Bills. In terms of individual performance, there is no game that Brady would like to erase from the history books more than this one. The 2003 season opener against the Buffalo Bills. Seeing how Brady posted an absolutely ridiculous 32-3 record against the Bills, it's hard to believe that this long-time losing squad full-on embarrassed him at one point. But this was 2003 before Brady had reached GOAT status and all.
Still 14-0.
His tight end, Christian Fourier, great.
Brady, under pressure this time, it was not his.
The Bills embarrassed the Patriots 31-0. Brady completed only 14 of 28 passes for 123 yards and 4 interceptions. He was sacked twice and had a downright horrible 22.5 quarterback rating. But this is the Patriots. They only lost 1 more game the rest of the way en route to winning Super Bowl 38. So we think Brady turned out to be okay after this career worst outing. What other games should we have included on our list of best and worst from Tom Brady? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that by hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to wash your hands. It's important so we can be done with this epidemic. In any case, we'll see you next time here on TPS.